Hello folks, how are you? How much time do I have?
25 minutes.
25 minutes. Somebody stop me, okay?
Yes.
I gotta lift the gap. I'll talk to you, Mr.
Timekeeper.
Yeah, oh, he's the time.
I'm ready. You get it. 25.
So I'm Dr. Chopra, I'm a physician first. Okay. Who are patients? All of you, all of us. Before you're born, you need prenatal care. After you're dead, somebody else has to bury you. So we all need care. So one of the core reasons I work with Salesforce, they're customer obsessed, I'm patient obsessed. They have a value system that's solid. We'd like to take care of patients in that value system. In business for good. And in the end, what do all human beings want? Live as long as you can and have a great life. And no physician has ever healed anything ever. The body heals itself. We are just instruments and catalysts for that change. So I'm a tenured associate professor. I've run departments, I've done all that. It means nothing. They're just titles, labels. What matters is when you have a problem, you come to another human being. And when you are not unwell, you're not at ease. That's why we call it disease. And in the end, you want to come back to that balance of what we call ease. Now, everybody thinks AI is some magic bullet. And something magical, like go to medical conferences, I do surgeries every day. And the reason I'm here is because I was so frustrated as a chairman of a very large academic hospital that it was all about them, it wasn't about the patient. It was all about, we are this, the white coat, fancy labels and titles. And every year, some new technology would come out. This laser, this thing, that thing. So now it's AI. Before that, it was big data. Then it was something else and something else. So technology is here to stay. But what hasn't changed? Our desire to live. Our organ systems are the same. So life is a sexually transmitted condition with 100% mortality. Nobody has left this planet alive permanently. Why am I telling you all this stuff? Because when you're selling technology, it is for the benefit of a human being at the other end. So all of us here, whatever business you're in, ultimately you're in the H2H business, human to human. And why am I telling you all this? Because AI is artificial intelligence. It is the cognitive revolution, but there's nothing called artificial wisdom. And so you still need a human in the loop. Now let's talk some technology and stuff. All right, we call it enlightened healthcare. Because in the end, you've heard of the word guru, right? You got a turban, so you got to throw the guru thing in. Gu stands for darkness. Ru stands for light. Anybody who takes you from darkness to light, you're enlightened. And darkness is this base state of the universe. There's no switch for darkness, there's a switch for light. Switch off the light, you have darkness. When you're dead, light's gone. So that's the human condition. And when you tie this in, now what does a patient want? What do you want? If you are my patient, and you'll be surprised how many I have patients all over the world. That's the beauty of the Salesforce platform. I've got patients from Israel, India, UAE, and it all happened after I got on this digital transformation journey. And if you have a mouse at home or a mice in your house, you're not looking for the fanciest mouse trap. You're looking to get rid of mice. Maybe you just need a cat. You don't look for some AI robot to go chase down a cat. Same principles apply here. Okay? So I say meditation to AI. I make my patients meditate. Because we have a spirit, a mind, and a body. AI is at the mind. It did what engines did for our legs. Took our frontiers literally and figuratively by 10,000 miles. Now with data, you can take tons of data, put it all together, blah, blah, blah. My entire team, every provider, every care coordinator, all have AI tools. But the human drives the AI. Fair enough? So patient-centered, you're connected with them, and you want to do this better, faster, cheaper. That's called Amazonification of healthcare. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So, initially you want to bring patients in, take care of them, engage them. So we put everything else in between. And it is not for the sake of technology alone, but really to transform. It is what do you do with that data? So we've been on this journey for now almost over a decade. So till last year, the last thing we discovered was Slack. I'm even making Slack socks, by the way. So the fun thing is that, anybody know what Slack stands for? Some people don't, sure. Searchable log of all communications and knowledge. So it became our Lucy superpower. I don't use all of it, my team loves it, a global team. And so we started connecting everything, workflow automation, all our patients are on it. We have an agent on Slack. Our agents have been working for just about a year now. So we've got going on that. So we'll show you some of that. But the problem still exists. So happiness and wellness is not the absence of problems. It's the presence of solutions. And when we don't have problems, we create them, we jump off planes, we call it adventure. So all these problems, yes, so life for us is adventure. So let's have fun, increase productivity. How many millennials in the room? And then Gen Zers after that. How many of you like the lower gens? Nobody wants to work. I mean, hire these people on Facebook and Instagram. I'm like, hey, girl, patient. Okay, we got to increase productivity. And at the same time, cost is going up. Anybody believes the cost is actually going down? No. Cost is going up, everybody wants more money. But in medical, reimbursements are going down. Every year we're getting cut by Medicare. So now what do? You want to increase your efficiency. This was a model I used a while ago. What I created in my mind was an integrated infrastructure for intelligence. Think as a human being. All your intelligence, everything is tied in here. I have input, all my 5 senses, that's your health cloud. You got the data to connect between each other, that's MuleSoft, that's your nerves. Your spinal cord is data cloud. Your brain is Tableau. And then you do all the analysis, you got your outputs, Slack. Now, you don't take your eyes and put them somewhere else. You don't take the data somewhere else. Same concept. EHRs were designed for billing. And they've held the entire medical industry hostage. And that's been the biggest problem. So what we did was build this as a wraparound called an operating system, so to speak, the operating around the EHR. So we started, I'll show you a slide for that. It was a journey, but we started then, and we do some, way to go back, yes. I do something that's called P3RM. Patient, provider, we have care providers, that's the household object, we track all of them. So every patient that we get, we treat a lot of human beings that have saved their legs. They're 80s and 90s and 70s, they may not have they have caregivers, so we have all their mobile numbers, we have all their emails, they get thrown on journeys, etc., etc. So patient, provider, and payer. How many of you know exactly what's your insurance plan? What's your deductible? Till you go up in the hospital. Till you land up there, and then you know you're not covered. And who do you get pissed at? The doctor. So we do payer relationship management, we track all that. And now we drive the payers crazy. I worked for United for a few years, learned their secrets, came back and out right at them. So my denial rates for pre-auth, we have pre-auth agents too. So if you come in, I examine you, you need something, and I see your plan, I'm like, got United, you got a problem. Now it's going to be that you're going to get a denial. I tell you right up front, you're going to get a denial. But they have guidelines, and they hire doctors to look at these guidelines to deny payment. They are not. Are there any payers in the room? You're going to kill them on the autos. They're not in the healthcare business. They're in the finance business. They're managing risk. And they have to make a profit. When United finally said, I'll approve it, BlackRock, pardon my French, BlackRock sued them. It's all real, like you got to be authentic. You don't have to hear the jokes that come to patients. But there are all these complexities, there's all these problems. It's been a long day, I figured I'd entertain you guys. And then I realized we got to kind of use digital technology. Before Salesforce came out with agentic AI, I'd heard a lecture from a Stanford professor on agentic AI. I'm like, that's funky, that's interesting. AI has been around forever. This is just generative AI came out. When ChatGPT came out, everything went, but all the machine learning, every time you walk out the door and the sensor opened the door, that's in a way machine learning. Salesforce has had Einstein forever, but there are different kinds of forms. But generative raised the awareness, And what's the difference between any other AI tool and Agentforce? Agentforce tells you, hey, you can work on the objects. It's got Atlas reasoning engine, work with the LLM, large language model, but then go activate a workflow. Activate Apex, open the case. Go to MIMIT.com, click on the agent, onboard you as a patient, right here. I've done it from a cab. Cab driver says, yeah, we do some regenerative longevity care. He'd gone to Turkey, he got his hair transplant, and he's talking to me, and I told him we do that. I onboarded him from the cab. My daughter was laughing at that stuff. She said, when did you stop? I said, so, I'm glad you're getting at the tapes. So, patient acquisition. 90% of docs will tell you, I don't have enough patients. That's when you need marketing, advertising, raising awareness, lead generation. So we go to Marketing Cloud. We buy population data, prospect data. There are all these people. Where do people live? At home, then they live in the community, et cetera, et cetera. But in that community, you have different populations. You gotta know them. That's where you use this technology. So then comes patient care. You gotta take care of these people. You gotta coordinate their care. Then somebody's gotta pay for this stuff. You gotta support them. Managing payers is the biggest headache, right? And then pre-authorization, compliance, there's a lot of stuff that goes in. But here came the fun part. You have the clinical teams, something happened with pictures. But essentially, there was a layer of management. We then took Data Cloud. Data is like oil in your car. Do you keep a separate tank outside the car for your gas? No. It's all that'll be in your heart, 6 liters of blood flowing around. So it's simple. As being a physician, I've been doing this for 40 years. I apply medical principles in business and business principles in medicine. It works brilliantly. So for example, patients come to me and say, I think I was diagnosed with asthma. Are you a doctor? Well, no. Then be a patient, tell me what's wrong, let me be the doctor. I do the same this. I got so frustrated not having SI partners that could solve my problem because they're all strong software. I found SIMS. Comprehensive, integrated management, systems, and solutions. So first thing we talk to people is, what's the problem? Now let me make a diagnosis. Now tell me where you want to be. Now let's come up with a solution. But 90% of the agents that don't work is because you got garbage underneath them. Put garbage in, garbage out. So we started that journey, started kind of cleaning all this up. So Data Cloud became a core layer. We have Snowflake. Data Cloud does zero copy, takes all this data, puts it together, harmonizes it, unifies it. We do activation, create audiences. So here's a project we did. We said, okay, men after 40. How many men above 40 here? Okay. Just like women get menopause, men get hypogonadism. After 40, things start happening to you. So, we'll come to that later, but having said that, how do you identify the population? Who has this? So imagine you get a text message or an ad. Do you have this ABC? And you go, yes. Now you're on a clinical pathway. From there, this journey takes you, the agent actually answers your questions, puts you in a clinical pathway, ties into Health Cloud, ties into Marketing Cloud, ties into Data Cloud, and you're my patient, now you're getting better. Now you love me and you love life. That's the power of the technology that you can use to do this. So from Snowflake, we get the data from Definitive Healthcare, goes into Snowflake, goes into Data Cloud. From there, we have all these other things that are happening around it. But if you don't have Data Cloud, you can't get agents really working. Make sense? So I decided time to be an agentic enterprise before it became a marketing term. Right? So we started saying, okay, agentic enterprise, how do we do this? How can I get somebody to do this better, faster, and cheaper? Everybody here buy from Amazon? Anybody who doesn't? Why? They know you very well. They know your behavior. Okay? They give you a product that's better than anywhere else you find. They'll send it to you faster. I was coming here last night, I'm like, oh, I forgot this. I needed a webcam or something. Looked at the phone, clicked it, 3 hours later, it's my door. I get a picture, why can't healthcare be like that? So now we deliver patients, medications at home. Patients are traveling, you can go on Slack if you want to, you can be on WhatsApp. It's all integrated, all within the platform. There we put agents. Some are autonomous, they just doing things on their own. we update records, et cetera, et cetera. And then we have some that will assist people. I'll show you some examples in a second. And everything is centered on the patient. Everything, because we're all patients, so let me show you an example. If you go to MIMIThealth.com, this is actually a video of our screen that was playing outside. This is the agent on the side. You can go say, I want to be a patient. Click, follow through, it'll open it, interact with you. This is the way we've kind of done this is there's so many people involved in the care of a patient from a team perspective at home. When you go to a doctor, you don't go alone. You go with people from your family. You have a doctor here, a doctor there. All of these get so complex that even humans can't deal with it. The AI agent is looking at all this and giving you the right answers. Okay, this is our agent on Slack. So we have patients on Slack to create a secure single-user guest channel that's private. So one of my lead architects now used to work for Salesforce. I've been a customer for a while, so he took me out. We were drinking, talking with Dr Chopra. I'm from Chicago. I'd love to visit you. I'm like, sure. He shows up, he leaves as my patient from my office. And I onboarded him on Slack and all that stuff. And then 3 months later, he goes, I want to work for you. Sure, hired him. Started working at Sims. And then we come to Dreamforce. And he was in Canada at that time. He's flying, forgot his insulin at home. Any diabetics in the room? Take insulin. You don't have insulin, you got a problem. That night he goes, you got to go to the ER, you got to go to something. So he's on the flight, he slacks the team. Okay, the team looked it up. What's your location? He said, I'll get Moscone. They found the pharmacy next to it, called in a script. He landed, he took his meds. Now you can actually click from the agent, go to the portal, that's Experience Cloud built on Health Cloud, see your care team, your care plans. If you get a chance, Brad here will show it to you. Just you can go and see your care plan, we assign tasks to you. The agent sends you a WhatsApp message through. You get your blood drawn. And your lab showed up. Now how do you know your lab showed up, most of your doctors? And we try calling the doctor, texting him, calling him. It's pain, right? So now when your lab show up, let's say somebody faxes it. The fax is picked up, IDP, MuleSoft reads it, throws it into care observation, the agent does that, 99% accuracy, but human still watches it. Goes in, if it's above normal, care coordinator gets a message, and the patient gets a WhatsApp message or text or whatever the mode of communication, please make an appointment. And that's the care journey that we actually indulge in. So that's on Slack. We teach, so they say, first is you practice the state of the art. Then you teach the state of the art. Then you do research, which is enhancing the state of the art. So we have knowledge has to be shared. So I'm doing a surgery, we give a blood thinner called heparin. It makes your blood thin. If you're not careful, you're going to bleed. And testing if the patient's bleeding. I told the nurse, can you do protamine, please? Brand new nurse, wide-eyed, looking at me. I don't know where it is. I'm like, what? What's the dose? She has no idea. I'm like, oh, shoot. Now, usually, I'm looking out, there's a little panicky situation going on, somebody's looking up Google, I'm like, oof. This was a few years ago. They created knowledge articles, threw it on knowledge, but then they've got to go into knowledge. They're logging into here, then we say, what's that? Going into the app. Now we have an agent. You can go there, search tell the app, tell me about protamine. That gives you all the knowledge you need about protamine, including the instructions, where you need to go, what you need to do. Now the LLMs are getting even better as we're doing that. We have students who come and rotate with us. I have the gift of gab, but there's only so much I can talk. And these students come again and again, and so put them all online. And you can actually, they ask the agent a question, and there they go. So the agents have come right into that. This is the fun one. We have surgery centers. Each surgery, when we schedule it, right off the bat, $5,000 out of my pocket, because it costs all the money people are there. Care can be delayed. And whichever city you live in, there has to be another side of the tracks, which means lower socioeconomic. Your zip code defines your longevity. So in Chicago, if you go from north side to south side, the lifespan drops by 10%. Yes, by 10 years, sorry. So that determines, so we've done where the agent, when you schedule the appointment, tells you, based on zip code, based on insurance, based on which nursing home they're coming from, if they've had transportation before, what is the probability this will get canceled? Based on that, there's action items that somebody has to do and call and check. So this has been a fun ride. My productivity soared 5x as a surgeon. I'm standing here, I did surgeries, I did that, I'm here, all on the platform. We had a 490% ROI, well documented, external, growing 40+% annually. The agents that we installed, we were one of the very first ones to do this. We've already got a 70+% growth from that. The ROI has been huge. The first $20K that I spent on this, I saved on the cancellation itself about $350,000 to $400,000 over the year. It's massive to use. But remember, it's not the software, the AI alone that does it. It's process, people, and you gotta make sure that the right people do the right thing at the right time. And for that, you need the right decisions to be made with the right information. All right, any questions and answers? You put it down, you said 2 minutes, I wanted to beat them to that.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Any questions, any comments, any thoughts?
How do we clone you?
Well, thank you, but I'm available if you have any, if I can ever help, I'd be happy to help out, so. All right, I think there's a panel after this, right? Thank you.